Welcome to the No Weapon Productions presentation of A Royal Murder, Episode 6. Prince Henry has been murdered, and one of these 6 people killed him. Is it William Beneford, who's recently learned he's Prince Henry's illegitimate son? What about Her Royal Highness, Princess Penelope, who discovered her father in a compromising situation? It may be the beautiful and provocative Cassandra Bright, whose sister died because of the prince. Or is it Cassandra's brother, Theo Bright, a police officer who wants to protect one sister and avenge the other? Perhaps it's the elegant Jessica Tanchel, who was forced to give up the son fathered by Prince Henry. It could even be the mysterious Inspector Phoebe Smythe, who seems to know everybody's secrets, but clearly has secrets of her own. Join us each week as we follow the saga of A Royal Murder.
So, Inspector 815, what do you have to say for yourself?
I think that we should all just calm down.
So, now that you look guilty, you think we should all calm down? I don't think so, Inspector. You pointed the finger at each one of us, accused all of us of being the murderer. I think you owe us some answers.
I agree.
We all agree.
Well, if I could just have a private word with Miss Tanchel.
So, you admit it. You two did know each other before today?
Yes, William, we did. But I can explain.
You know what? I don't want to hear it. Just take your private moment with your friend.
She's not my friend.
Well, then with your accomplice. Just take your moment so you can get your story straight or whatever.
William, are you all right?
No, I'm really not.
I understand. I don't think any of us are okay right now.
This morning, I was just a normal guy with a normal family. Now I'm in a room full of murderers. Or potential murderers.
William, why did you lie about coming to my room when you really went to Prince Henry's room?
I didn't actually lie, Cassandra. I said, when you didn't answer the door, I figured you changed your mind. But I never said you didn't answer your door. You just assumed that's what I meant. And I didn't correct you. So technically, I didn't lie.
Wow. Technically. Okay. So why didn't you say you went to Prince Henry's room? Why, William? Tell me.
Because I saw someone coming out of his room. Just as I turned the corner to come down the hallway, before I got to Prince Henry's door, I saw someone wiping blood off their hands.
Someone?
I saw your brother, Theo.
What?
I thought you might still be in the room, so I knocked on Prince Henry's door, and when you didn't answer, I left.
Wait, you saw Theo with blood on his hands? But he said...
That's why I asked you what you'd done when you called me and said he was dead. I figured you and Theo had, you know...
No. Me and Theo didn't do anything together.
What does that mean, together?
I need to go talk to Theo.
Cassandra?
William,
Yes, sorry. Yes, Your Highness?
you don't have to call me by my title. We are, after all, siblings, correct?
That's what I've been told. That's one of the many things I've been told today.
Are you quite all right? You look pale. You're not going to faint, are you?
I don't think so. I'm okay, I think.
Oh my. Here, have some water. Maybe you could sit down for a moment. You've had quite a day.
Thank you. I think I'm okay. You've had quite a day too, I would imagine. Walking in on your father while he was cheating and then learning he's been murdered. All of this can't be easy for you either.
And then discovering I have a brother. No, it's not easy.
Well, hopefully the brother part isn't as bad as the other parts.
I'm glad you're done talking to William. Look, I think we should just slip out of here while everyone else is distracted.
Really? Why, Theo? Do you have something to hide?
We all do, right?
Some of us more than others, right, Theo?
What does that mean?
William said he saw you coming out of the prince's room with bloody hands.
I told you, I went into the prince's room to see what had happened to him.
But you said you didn't disturb the body. So how did you get bloody hands?
I was checking for a pulse. That's how I knew his throat had been cut.
Is that all you did, Theo?
Cassandra, I wasn't able to protect Tiana, but I can, and I will protect you.
What are you talking about?
Prince Henry didn't push you onto the floor because the princess called him. That happened earlier. That's why she only saw your legs. He was on top. But then you two started again. This time you were on top and you tried to smother him, but you hesitated. And he caught you. He pushed you onto the floor because he knew what you were about to do.
He said he was going to call the authorities, so I ran out of the room.
I know.
So what did you do?
Nothing. Then, before I could get into his room, someone else entered.
Who?
I really don't know.
So he never made the call.
Not to the authorities.
Wait, who did he call?
He called the princess.
You have made this whole situation worse. Now everyone is suspecting both of us of murder.
I told you I have a plan.
Your plan is not working, Phoebe. We have to tell them.
Really? Tell them everything?
No, of course not everything, but about the blackmail scheme.
Oh, I think that's foolish. That just makes us look guilty. Guiltier.
Then what is your plan?
I am casting suspicion on everyone in the room. Every single person here has a reason to want Prince Henry dead.
Including us. How is this a good plan?
Their motives are much stronger than ours, especially that Cassandra woman and her brother. I can certainly spin this to place the murder solely on them.
What about the blackmail scheme? They all know about it now. That puts us in a suspicious position.
Just as you said, the blackmail scheme shows why you didn't want him dead. It takes away your motive.
But it doesn't. Not completely. He never paid.
Jessica, you're complicating this.
No, you are, and you have since the beginning. This was your ridiculous plan.
Shh, lower your voice. We'll figure this out.
No, we won't. This is an absolute mess, Phoebe.
Jessica, are you all right? It looks like the inspector is tormenting you. Here, have some water and calm down.
I don't want water, especially not from you.
Good Lord, Jessica, you need to hold it together. Drink the water and calm down.
Seriously, I was only trying to be kind. You seem worked up. Have you two gotten your story straight, whatever it may be?
We don't have a story.
Oh, I beg to differ. From the looks of it and from what I've overheard so far, it sounds like you have quite the story.
I think it's time that we address the room, Jessica.
Drink your water.
I will admit I do know Jessica Tanchel. I have known her for years, since she became impregnated by the prince.
Knew it.
Wow.
I was hired by the Queen to make the adoption arrangements. I have been aware of you, William, since you were born. It was my job to keep an eye on you.
So have you had my home bugged since birth?
That's irrelevant.
Not to me.
Well, it is irrelevant to the point of the story. I was the one who told your mother, Jessica, that you'd done a DNA test. We thought you'd realize right away that you were adopted, but it took months.
I didn't see the results right away.
Yes, we found that out this morning. But be that as it may, we have been aware of your plot to murder Prince Henry since you and Cassandra hatched your foul little plan.
That's why we came to the States and why we showed up at your door this morning.
Mm-hmm.
What does this have to do with the blackmail scheme, Inspector?
I'm getting to that.
Well, get to it faster.
Well, as I was saying, we were trying to keep you from murdering the prince, but before we could stop you, you'd killed him.
I didn't kill him.
Well, someone stabbed him.
Stabbed him? Officer Bright said he'd been hit in the head with something heavy.
Theo also said his throat had been cut.
What?
I find it interesting that Officer Bright is the only one in the room who knows all the injuries the prince sustained.
Look here, lady.
But Theo, no. Don't let her get to you. What does any of this have to do with the blackmail scheme?
Well, when the Queen passed away and Jessica learned that she had been fired, she immediately came up with a plan to blackmail the prince.
I came up with it. You approached me. I didn't even know William's DNA had shown up.
Don't be ridiculous, Jessica. This was completely your plan. Why would I want to blackmail the prince?
Because he broke your heart as well.
Did he get you pregnant too?
No, of course not. I wasn't a loose woman like your friends and your mother.
You know what? Someone else may die before this day is over.
Oh, spoken like a true murderer.